Bang, bang.
Bong bong.
Whew. Bang, bang. Welcome, everybody, to the Bodycast. My name's Copacetic, and with me today,
Pathogenic. And my dog, too. He's making a special sleepy guest appearance in the background. So
hey,
Pathogenic and Finley coming in on this side today.
Finley. Finley is always appreciated. Watch our views skyrocket.
Yeah.
Handsome boy. This is the Bodycast. We are, of course, we are. Are we? Are we the thing, or do we have the thing?
We are the thing.
We are the thing. We are the best podcast for the international culture of battle rap. You can find us on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and all your favorite podcast platforms on the links below. You think that finding us on Reddit means that there's like a r/bodycast subreddit? Yo.
There could be, but somebody would have to mod it, and I'm not interested.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough job that nobody wants to do. But shouts out to the mods of r/rap battles holding it down. It's a good team. It's a good group. It's the only place for fans to go for battle rap news from around the globe. And boy, are we around the globe today.
I thought you were going to say it there. I had something for when you were going to say it, because look at this.
Show the left. I hit you with the right. Is this my life?
You see what that says?
Yeah. Is it set by law on all the cans in Alberta?
Yep, boy howdy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, it's a different place, Alberta. Very, 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 very different. Very different people out there. So definitely, if you're unaware, now you are. But yes, if you're watching this show, look out. We're just trying to speed through this intro, just make it tighter and tighter. If you're watching the show, obviously you're one of the few rare, very intelligent, I would say, elevated consciousness. You care about the battle rap community worldwide. It makes you more cultured. Literally, there are more cultures. So you have more of them. That makes you more cultured. So I don't know what to say there. What do you think, Pat?
Part alien, out of this world, literally.
Definitely, and probably fairly attractive. I think that's just a common thread. I don't know. It happens to be a common thread. So thanks for tuning in. And boy, man, if you wanted to take this to this whole experience, it's going to be amazing. It's going to blow your mind. You can have that at an even higher level. If
we don't have a clue, and it's clear.
Every week. But if you want to be a part of what we're doing in here, raise a glass and join us now for the community cheers. And we cheers it. Look at us in our non-sugar alternatives. We're healthy. Ooh, healthy.
Ooh, feels good.
Feels good. Feels great. It's refreshing to do that with everybody around the world too. We got people in Africa watching. We got people in the Southern Hemisphere. We got people in the Northern Hemisphere. All of the hemispheres. The Eastern Hemisphere. The Western. Is there an East and Western Hemisphere?
I believe hemisphere is a split in the middle, top and bottom.
Top bottom thing.
Yeah. I think.
Right. Because where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. This show is extremely educational. That's why people tune in to learn things about the globe.
I think there is an Eastern and Western Hemisphere. I'm pretty sure. Now that I'm thinking about it longer.
Oh, damn.
It takes a little bit for my...
Do you think that's true? Because politically, people always say, oh, the West and Western culture. And that's like England and America. But like South America, is that Western culture? Even though that's the same? And England is kind of like above Africa. So like, what do we even... I'm as confused as everybody else will say.
Me too.
We're our experts, right? That's what the show is. Thought-provoking questions that need answers. If you have an answer to that question, type it in the comments or tweet at us. Love the tweets.
Yep.
Anywho, we're going to start this week off in Where should we start, man? Got a lot to cover. So let's just jump in.
Why don't we start in New Zealand?
Cool. Super great. Great place to start.
I think that's a little left field.
Yeah. We rarely start there. New Zealand, if people don't know, is a small-ish, a large, depending on what your reference is, island next to Australia, up below to the side.
Yeah, they're in one of the hemispheres, east or west. I'm not sure where you draw the line. So,
but they're definitely hemisphered. And friends of Australia, there's a lot of crossover there. But Kiwis, there's a little bit of a different accent, the Kiwi accent. So and there's definitely strong cultural differences between Australia and New Zealand. So definitely don't get those two confused. But they are dropping like crazy now, dropping all sorts of cool content. Traser versus JP80 just dropped from 1 Ounce New Zealand. And oh my goodness, this is a heater. Whoa.
Yeah, I would say before Cojay and Gemin1 dropped today, that Traser and JP80 was my battle of the week.
Damn.
Because and let me specify,
right?
Frak had one of the most amazing performances against Solcon, but as an overall battle,
that's true.
There's a little bit to be desired.
Sure.
Mook and Big K, same thing. Big K absolutely smashed it, but
wow,
Mook was kind of
yeah.
And so I had Traser and Tracer.
It looks like Traser for us, but maybe that's because we're American. Because they're saying it in the footage, they're saying Tracer.
Tracer, okay.
Right, Fraser. I don't know.
JP80 was doing a lot of hand flips too. I don't know if his name's Hands or something too. I was confused by that, but it was still really fire.
Damn, you were super locked into that one. I didn't catch that. I thought Tracer was just very powerful and lots of great technique. Classic battle rap technique. Felt like JP80 was probably putting more emphasis on the wordplay, on the bars, and probably more contemporary battle rap style, a more contemporary battle rap style for sure. If I had to differentiate.
Yeah, I think that JP80 had to take a little bit of time to get cooking, but once he got there, it was pretty great.
Yeah, he said some crazy shit. We said innovator like Anakin. He had this whole Anakin rhyme scheme going, and then he was like, they see me as an innovator like Anakin. And I thought innovator is crazy. I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
that's one of those ones.
I gotta show that to my buddy Johnny Knox, because he's a huge Star Wars fan, and he's gonna love that. That'll be one that he's like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, Johnny Knox had a great Star Wars bar last time I saw him battle. Fucking dope. Yeah, the what else? Oh yeah, man, just great stuff. I thought they were both punching really hard. They had great energy. Just really, like, you could tell this is a fucking heavyweight bout. These are the guys who are in New Zealand who could maybe transition, do some shit on world domination. New Zealand's got talent. Let's go. Somebody tag Organic. We got to get these Kiwis up to Canada for world dom.
So that could be taken out of context and used for snacks also. But
we got to get these Kiwis.
World Dom needs more Kiwis. Get them stat.
The vitamin C is just, everybody's eating their burgers wrong in Toronto. It's just crazy. It's madness. I love what they're doing out there, and I'm really excited to see how they follow it up. Definitely, there's a ton of talent, so definitely check out 1 Ounce New Zealand. Subscribe.
Yeah. I think it's very important for their main event and co-main event to have both dropped now and both come off as great as they did. Like for me watching, I was very impressed with both of them, and that's kind of what you want a main and co-main battle to be like.
Yeah. These are the stars. These are the guys who are leading the league, and they came through. Really, really great performances. You can see the talent there, and really excited to see what comes next for New Zealand and Australia when you guys get their events kicking off in Hobart and in Adelaide. There's a bunch of stuff happening, so we will keep you apprised. But let us take a plane ride. We're gonna have animation for this soon. And we're going all the way around the world to England, the United Kingdom of United Kings.
Kings that are united together.
In Dom.
Yes.
In a dome, actually. It used to be an enormous dome, and then they were like, this isn't...
well, what it used to be was a bunch of small domes until they united into one big dome. So
right. And then it's just the infrastructure costs are through the roof. So so it became a metaphor. Anyways, this is a long time ago, like Rosetta Stone stuff. But it's a historical show as well as a geographic show. So I'd like to have everybody on the same page in terms of context. Let's start in Scotland, one of the territories of the United Kingdom, one of the, what do I want to say, like
the north states. Part of the UK.
It's the States. It's the state of Scotland. What is the state of Scotland? And that's the question. And I got 2 words for you.
Iron Bars.
That's right. Iron Bars is the league up there run by Mackenzie. Shouts out to him. And great announcements lately. I don't know if you've seen, but they're having their 7th birthday, which is really amazing. 7 years as a league is a lot. People don't realize the amount of hard work and consistency that's required to be throwing events for 7 years like that. So shouts out to Iron Bars. I like the card so far. It's looking like Mackenzie versus Carter Deems as the headliner, which is crazy. A really cool match. International ship there. Acre has returned.
Yep.
Versus 6 Tree, who's one of their new guys who I saw versus Melody in his recent drop. Acre coming back is huge. I've talked to him about it, and I think his work is on strike or something like that, so he has more time. But he couldn't battle before because it was conflict with work, and that conflict is not here anymore. And that's great news for Scotland because he is definitely one of the top talents.
Yeah. No, he's definitely up there. So it's exciting. It's definitely fitting for a birthday event, right? To have him come back for that. So
yeah, hopefully they have more announcements like that.
Yeah, they had another one
2 days ago.
But I couldn't. If you asked me what the names were on it, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
It's Melody versus Canel.
That's what it was. Yeah,
that's the one. Unless you saw a different one.
Nope, that was the one.
But yeah, I mean, that's a great battle too. Canel's, a journeyman. He'll go. Seems like he's all over the UK, battling wherever in every league, which is really dope. Versus Melody, that's great. Giving him an international like that. An international, I guess that kind of counts. Wales is a part of. Anyways, it's different country. I don't know how this shit works. Obviously,
Whales can be found in many bodies of water, oceans, and seas.
It's a geography show, but you get everything. You get it all. It's a smorgasbord. So that's great too. And I'm excited to see if they get some rookies, get some new guys out, and or they bring back some old names. But want to see a big card for Iron Bars. Really want to see a lot of people show up, show out.
Yeah, I'd say that Mackenzie and Carter Deems kind of, I don't know if it was the same for everybody else, but it took me off guard a little bit. It's understandable because Mackenzie is obviously so high in comparison to experience with the other Scottish battlers, but
Facts.
not necessarily the style matchup that I would expect.
Totally.
Because it's kind of a clash, I would say, between someone who does it very seriously, like Mackenzie, which we saw against Kingsley, and someone who doesn't do it very seriously at all in Carter.
Right. Yeah. It is sort of a thing that works with Carter Deems is that, you know, he can be matched up against the silly people and the serious people. But yeah, really good for Mackenzie, who's getting a lot of experience himself lately. The last few years feels like he's battling a lot of different types of high level styles.
Mhm.
So that's super cool. Oh, we got some comments. Oh, what's up? That guy, Roheezy, Water League. Let's go. Look at this guy. Fucking killer. Look at that guy. He will kill you.
Sky League.
And Achilles, what's up, G? Bong bong. Amazing. Good shit. Shouts out, follow those guys on Twitter, follow those guys everywhere. What were we talking about? Scotland is great. They're doing really well. Obviously, Carter Deems jumping up there is a surprise and fun to see.
Mhm.
And he has another battle booked in the UK, so it looks like he's going to do a 1-2 combo punch, both against Scotchmen, both against the Scotchlish.
Yeah, once he's gonna enjoy some scotch at the beginning and at the end of his trip.
Facts. That's how you do it. Yeah, you go to Scotland, you got to have a glass of scotch or two. Against one of my favorite guys coming up in Premier Battles, Slester. Really cool. This is probably, I think, more along the lines of what you're talking about, where they're stylistically a little bit more similar.
Yeah.
Slester is a little bit out there. He's a little bit funny, and he's like, it doesn't take it serious in a serious way. So similar to, like, you know, I don't know.
Reminds me of Mew Lips also.
Mew Lips, yeah, Mew Lips.
A couple of those guys whose style is not taking it seriously.
Yeah, those are good guys. I like those guys. I like that style. But extremely aggressive on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen. He is Slester is just absolutely full confidence and going at everybody. I love his Twitter promo game. I think it's really
ruthless. The Slester heel. He turned heel, and it's been funny.
Yeah, I mean, he was going at Quill. He's going at everybody. It's dope. And I think, you know, the thing about battling, especially with that style, is, you know, the more that you do it, the better you get, and really want to see the top end of Slester's potential manifest itself in this battle, hopefully. But if not, then, you know, he could learn a lot from Carter Deems, who's also, you know, very unique. And who knows, you know, battling Carter Deems has proven to be really helpful to a lot of different people.
Yeah. It's a great headliner for Undisclosed 9.
Facts. Undisclosed 9 looking great. Does not look poor at all. Co-main, Reverse versus Frost. I think all these co-mains are all sort of like, all the ones that aren't the headliner, they're all like similar level. I mean, there's a spectrum.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I'm sure a couple of them are for the season too. Like I know Reverse and Frost are both in the season. So
right. And that's a great one. You know, Reverse, lots of potential. A lot of people are talking about how deadly he is. Yeah, facts. Super facts. You got to wrap your mind around it differently. Different kind of battle. And in the same way, Reverse, you know, Reverse is not somebody, you know, I was talking to him about this when I was over there, is that he's somebody who's like angle heavy, but really surgical with it. Like when he applies pressure on an angle, it's like in the way that is humiliating. Like he'll really cut you. He doesn't need to fucking rap like crazy. He doesn't need to bar out. He does like character assassination, and he finds the way to humiliate you in front of the audience.
Yeah.
And that's a very specific technique and style. And not everybody does that. And I think Reverse does that really well.
100%. It's probably the toughest skill to, besides
Right.
rebuttaling, master. Well, as a style, I guess. Rebuttaling is not really a style, but
you're right. I mean, when your mainstay is rapping or punching or something like that, like you cannot win, or you could not do so well, and people will still find it enjoyable. But if you pick an angle that goes sour, you fucked everything.
You got a whole round of it,
and they don't want to hear that or
Yeah.
hear you ever again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nothing worse than thinking you're about to shred this man, and the first two lines of your round-long angle don't hit, and you have to stand there and be like, y'all got another 2.5 minutes of this, so buckle up.
That's it. That's facts. High risk, high reward. That's exactly it. So, I mean, Frost is the opposite. Frost raps well. Frost has a great history of battling and rapping well. He punches well. He's got good jokes, good humor, good comedy. He's a very well-rounded guy. And I'm hearing, obviously, everybody's talking about how well he did versus Villain on No Loose Chat last month. So, really fun matchup. Who knows where it'll go? Probably to the Mantra Mob, because we're the best.
I doubt it. That's going Sharks all day, baby.
Yeah. Is Reverse Sharks?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a proxy match between me and you? All that shit about Reverse is lies. He's okay. He's whatever. It's over. Monkeys versus Sharks. Don't monkeys versus sharks in real life, in nature. I'll let you know some shit that maybe you don't know, maybe you're not aware of. But monkeys actually prey on sharks in nature. It's known that specifically the gorilla mandrill, they're really good at finding sharks, and they just rip their faces off like this, like they go in between their jaws like King Kong. That's often how it happens in nature. Oftentimes.
Man, drill, mob. That shit's pause.
Oh no. Oh, you got me. Oh, you got me with the pause. Damn, I'm gonna have to recover from that. He's gonna hurt himself in his confusion. The next match is Dialect versus Sam Hypes, which I assume is another
season.
Season match between. I think they're division, or not division, but they're team leaders, aren't they? Sam Hypes has his
Riot with Sam Hypes, and
Dialect is the Imperium.
Imperium?
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Look at us knowing shit. Amazing. The whole country away, and we know all this shit.
I like the UK. What can I say, man?
Big C. There's a big C there too. Yeah, and so obviously this will be a really good lesson for Sam Hypes.
Yeah.
Sorry. No
That's
shade.
kind of where I'm gonna put it to.
I don't think there's any shade there. I don't even think Sam Hypes is upset by us saying that you're new to this and you're learning and you're good. You've got a great foundation and like to watch you. But Dialect is obviously top tier, legend tier in the UK, in my opinion. And his debut coming back from a 4-year hiatus was fucking smoked it. Performance of the night. Performance of the night.
It's gonna be a long night for Sam Hypes.
Facts. But good for them and good for Imperium. You never know what's going to happen in a battle, but definitely Dialect. I talked to him, and
that's a Freudian slip,
right? Daylight.
You never know what's going to happen in a battle. I talked to Daylight, and
yeah, that's true. And he's back. He's basically, his thing is he's like, I want to do it. I'm good at it, and so I wouldn't expect there to be any other thing there. Words go. Anyways, yeah. What else? Elistine versus Villain. That's dope.
Hopefully Villain comes back and
for real. yeah, he needs to definitely come back and keep his name up.
Yeah.
Grazia versus Gas Buff, which is really dope and fun. Gonna be great. I'm hearing Gas Buff killed it last night.
Yeah, we kind of heard. We got to hear a little sneak preview.
Yeah,
Of it in a group chat that we had with the UK guys. So it was. I'm sure it was exciting.
He's great. I love him. I love everything he does. He's having so much fun with it.
And that was a close one. I'm
you
not
were so good. You did it. You did such a good job. I loved it. And he's just a talented guy. He really cares about it, and he's got a lot of time to fucking do it. I noticed that the guys who are writing as soon as they get their opponents, guys, got a lot of love for it, got a lot of passion. Boom, jumps into it. Those guys are good, and Gasbuff is one of them. He always performs really well, and he's got fun, cool shit to say. He steals my favorite lines. I just, I'm here and he just smashed it. And the funny thing is, I think that he was doing an impression of a battler in the scene for his rounds, but we won't spoil it.
But yeah, from the bits that I heard, and there was definitely some influence with the style there.
Yeah, so. And people came up to him and were like, "You should do that style regularly."
I didn't hear that.
Which is too bad. That's not what you want to hear as a battler. What's up, Pac-Man? My guy. Yeah, man. Just really excited to see the footage from the April Fool's event that happened this weekend. Don't flop. It's always a good time. Always fun. And lighthearted, good shit. So yeah, Gas versus Grazia.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be super fun. Rest of the card looks tight. What do we got? Icade Caveman, Danielson, Kupar, Kicknelly, Gas Time. Great battles, undisclosed battles. We shall see who emerges from them with points.
Yes.
Applied to the season. But yeah, pretty much. I see UK. What else do we miss? UK.
If we wanted to talk about the battles that dropped from the UK while we're here,
let's do that.
We talk about Georgie and Templar Surfa and Cojay and Gemin1.
Yeah. I've got Templar Surfa and Georgie queued up. I have not seen that yet, but I really want to because I've been hearing really good things about it.
Yeah, it was great to see Georgie sort of back in the swing of things. I don't know if that's the right phrase, but that's the only thing that I can come up with right now. But it was a great performance from him.
Yeah.
Sucks that him and Scoop won't be able to happen at
right
the next match day there. But no, it was a great battle. I think that Templar leans a little too heavy into the knife bar stuff. Georgie touched on it a little bit in his first round, and I think it's kind of his thing, but it's like DP with guns.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It kind of becomes their thing, and so they lean extra heavy into it, and it's like, yeah, that's what we know you for, so it's fine. But over a while, for the more seasoned watchers or listeners, it's kind of repetitive. And
if you are not mixing up surprise with expectation, then all you get is expectation, and it's hard to surprise people.
Yes,
for sure. Yeah,
that's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, cool. I'm excited to watch that. But definitely, the thing we were talking about, Georgie, you're right on the money. I think we were talking about Georgie last year when we were doing the top 10, is that he front loaded his year so much that it felt like he's not really active in the latter half of the year, even though he did do a lot of battles. So yeah, we'll see how he structures his year this year, but his name is up there every time he gets booked. He shows up, shows out, has a good performance.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really cool to see him and his journey. Cojay versus Gemin1 was crazy. Holy shit. Oh, bro. When I heard Gemin1's first round, I was like, you're going to need some good fucking Cojay to beat this shit. And then I think fucking Cojay might have taken round 1. Damn, I don't know.
It was phenomenal. What a great way to start out round 1 with the crutches and sort of and being like, and that's what you should have done on the plug 3. That was such a great way to
That's so funny.
steal all the momentum.
That's so funny. When you see somebody in that spot and you think, oh, here's what you need to do right now. You need to take advantage of this moment. And they don't. And then that moment is lost forever.
Mm-hmm.
Cojay found a way to bring it back and actually use that momentum for himself. It was really smart. Yeah. He was doing smart shit like all battle. Like, you know, not just bars and not just angles and not just jokes, but like, you know, really well-crafted approaches that were going to be, you know, inherently, you know, ironic or funny or get a reaction from the crowd based on what had happened previously.
And I attribute this to him getting done writing and memorizing sooner because it's something that he hadn't done previously. But he also had great placement of each of his rounds to allow for him to win that judging decision. Right? I think that where he put the material for his first, second, and third needed to be in those spots. If he had done his third round as his first round or vice versa, it just wouldn't have been the same. His third round was it was the kind of round that leaves a lasting impression where if there were judges that were on the fence, they hear that the recency bias then makes them go, okay, well, that was such a powerful round that, yeah, Cojay must have taken that. So I think that his strategy for saying what he did when he said it was phenomenal, along with the writing, along with the memorization. It's the first time in a very long time that I saw a fake choke that I didn't go, because he did it so well.
I thought it was real. I thought, oh no, I didn't hear about a choke in this battle. Oh no, I thought Cojay did well in this battle. What the fuck? I was like all confused and feeling bad. And he flipped it. And I was like, oh, you got me.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. I know that my first thought was, okay, well, it must have been a 2-1 judge's decision, and this will probably be the one that he lost for rounds. That's what I was thinking. So it got me too.
You got us, Connor.
You got us.
Oh shit, man, that was great. Oh man, fucking way he played it too to Gemin1, like, man, you're watching Gemin1, you know, you're watching that footage back, like, because what's going through your mind is the opponent when you see this shit. He's fucking sold it to everybody else, like, you know, and then he pulls it back. Wow, fucking cool, cool command of energy. Really, just what it is. It's just control the energy really, really well. What else did I like? Oh man, he had that. It's kind of a niche thing if you haven't seen Invincible, but you know
the Mark bit.
Yeah. You see Invincible. Or you think of him as Invincible, and I think of him as Mark. It's just like, man, you think Invincible, I think Mark. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one and the Pokemon You'd Evolve Into Me. Bro,
that was so funny. That was so funny.
Great setup, great timing. You know, he let it linger. It was just like everybody got it right away. You know, it's great. You know, when you talk about Battlerap, you're persuading the audience that you're better than the other person. And when you have that, you know, the visual persuasion, that imagery, it just sort of highlights it really well. And it doesn't have to be a bar, because it is a bar, but like, you know what I mean?
I was literally gonna say the same thing. It was a joke that also subconsciously makes you look at it and go, okay, well, you're the level up of him.
Yeah.
And
so smart.
And because it does match up when you're looking at it, got it in your brain that is the case. So yeah, no, that was a great line.
Yeah, really high level battle rap intelligence. So great battle. Go check it out if you haven't already. Premier Battles. Subscribe to all their stuff. Cojay versus Gemini. Gemini spelled with a 1. It's really, really strong battle and really great content coming out of the UK. They're having a great year. There's a lot of talk about Battle of the Year, and the fact that there are a number of contenders, it just speaks to the strength and volume of production that's happening over there.
Yeah, since the season started, we've got Bizzo, Yunnan, Shoddy Shuffle, and Gemini Cojay.
That's pretty fucking good.
That's insane. And I know some stuff that's in the canon coming up. I mean, Shoddy and Twerk is in there too. That isn't necessarily a UK matchup for Battle of the Year, but it still could be their Battle of the Year very easily.
Totally.
So.
Yeah. No, and you got to imagine there's a lot more. Exactly, a lot more coming. So very interesting stuff. Keep tabs on them. Follow them, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, and we'll try to keep tabs on them as well. But I mean, I think that's it for the UK.
I believe so.
We're done. I think there are announcements for the trenches or for any of the other leagues that I can think of. Not really, hey?
No, I mean, No Loose Chat just had their event yesterday.
Right.
So there'll be a little bit of a lull before the next announcement from them.
Mm-hmm.
And then Prem has match day 3 in 2 weeks, I think.
Coming up, yeah. So there's stuff happening. If you're in and around that area, definitely there's a lot happening. But let us take a virtual plane ride in your imagination to the fucking better England, right? New England. Let's go.
Like the state?
Like
what's happening in New England?
New England, man.
Next weekend, I battle in New England, actually.
There you go. Thank you. JC versus E. Farrell. Yo, let's go. Let's go. That's my shit.
Yo, shout out to E. Farrell having the best battle rap merch that I've ever seen with the bumper stickers.
Oh man, that's so funny.
That is so fucking funny.
Yeah, that's really good shit. Always with the best merch. This is a guy who's just like operating at another level. So great to see him back. His brain works different. We got to hang out a little bit at Stay Forever, man.
Yeah.
And he reminds me of G-Show in that way, where he's just like really funny. Like just G-Show's cracking me up yesterday. He was just like dropping little bombs here and there. If you're not paying attention, you miss it. But it's actually, if you're listening, it's like, that's really funny. This motherfucker is hilarious.
Yeah, that's what it was like hanging out with Farrell.
Yeah, facts. So yeah, really exciting. I think the whole card is crazy. Definitely. Like I don't even take over. Like, is this one of their? I don't even know if this is one of their huge event names. Like I don't even think it is. But it's just like, oh, it doesn't matter. Here's a fucking great card.
Yeah, I think it's big for New England. I know that iBattle has a strong history in New England, and so I think that this is their big one there.
Okay, dope. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's cool shit, and obviously, well, there he is, Bong Bong. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff happening with iBattle, so you got to keep an eye on them. And what else? Oh yeah, okay. So then we're gonna do that. We are hanging out. Stay forever. Frak versus SoulCon dropped. Boom.
Yeah.
Effortless.
Yep. Very well done.
Thank you. I did get to see this. This is one where I think the day 2 battles I was doing a little less running around, and I got to watch more of them, which is great. But Frak versus SoulCon definitely was not the way that I thought it was going to go, because SoulCon looked like he was really struggling the whole time. And
yeah,
it was super tough to watch. but yeah, he had a yarmulke that he was trying to put on his head, and his hair was too big and it kept falling off, and he was like having trouble with it. And I was like watching, I'm like, oh man, just like I've been there, like
With a yarmulke that won't stay on your
yarmulke
head.
that won't stay on my head, man. Oh, it's the worst. I got this bald spot. You can't see it because the cameras don't want to show it. I'm just really bald right here, and yarmulke doesn't fit. But yeah, like you're kind of in flames. You're kind of fucking bombing a little bit. I think he's aware. I think he's aware enough to know that he was his first round went okay, and then it just sort of started to fall apart. At the same time, this is ruthless.
That is one of the funniest things. Oh, too bad that Rohisi's water leak.
Yeah, good for us, bad for you. Yeah, so I mean, and Frak just fucking cooked. Frak was just on 10. I felt like maybe a new level, things people hadn't seen from Frak before, weren't expecting, but it was definitely one-sided.
Crazy, impressive rebuttals, very well executed angles that were. You know what the difference was the execution of the angles that each of them came with.
Yeah.
Solkhan was talking a lot about how his ankles were devastating and that he was coming there to really fuck up Frak's career and do all those things. And the second that they fell flat, it was kind of like what we talked about earlier. It was like, well, buckle up, y'all, because you're in for another 3-4 minutes of this. And everyone in the crowd, I know I was standing there with my brother and Charlie Clips, and we were kind of just like,
that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Fuck me.
Yep. One of the highlights of my battling career was we left Stay Forever Day 2. We went to the hotel, and we were all hanging out in the lobby, and it was like me and my brother and XQZ, Dumbfounded, Saurus, Kid Twist, we're all hanging out and talking. And we were talking about Frak and Solkhan. And I said, this is why it's the highlight of my battle career, was because I said, yeah, Solkhan, he was doing so bad that even his yarmulke was trying to escape and like kind of distance itself from what was going on, and that's why it was falling off. And it made all these guys laugh, and I was like, these are all my heroes, and I made them laugh.
Yeah,
that was one of those fuck you moments where I was like, everyone here could suck my dick because I'm funny.
Let's go.
So it was dope. But yeah, no, that was quite the battle, man. Frak, lots of people were saying that that performance immediately put him in line for the vacant title.
Sure. I wonder what the plans are for that. I don't actually know anything about the King of the Dot title, but yeah, I mean, you have a big performance like that. I don't think Frak is the kind of guy who wants that shit. Like, no offense to, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here, but he talks, the way he talks about battling is that he's going to do it when he feels like it, when he has time. He's a busy guy with his career, and the championship, the King of the Dot chain or belt or what have you, is like a fucking responsibility. It's the most responsibility in Battlerap. Like, if you, aside from running the league, you're fucking obligated to fucking battle a lot.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so I don't know if that works, but it would be interesting to see how that unfolds. Solkhan, I gotta say, he had a Keith David bar about gargoyles that I went crazy for, and I loved
he did, yeah.
So shouts out to
That's
him.
not to. It's not to say that Solkhan was absolute trash. Did he lose every round convincingly? Yes, but that doesn't mean that his rounds didn't have spots in them.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he's got all the talent, he's got all the experience. You can't not. He's not going to bomb for all 3 rounds, but it's just, the expectations are so high. Like,
yeah, and he raised those expectations on himself by the lead up, everything that he said going up to it.
Yeah, Disaster had a good point about that too. He was like, I never put negative energy into my battles anymore because you just can't control how it's going to turn out, and it's always better to just attack with positive energy, or just put better energy into it.
Yeah, like I remember it was really funny when Solcon said, "You look like a narc from the school at the school from Euphoria." That I was like, "See, this is the kind of because Frak did."
Yeah,
like
funny.
The outfit that he had on stage, it just everything fit well, and it was like you needed a lot more of that and a lot less of. You haven't mentioned Palestine before.
Yeah. I've never mentioned Palestine, I think, unless it was. I've never mentioned it.
Again, that's angle choosing was not was not great because you took a very niche thing in comparison to like the crowd that was there, right?
Right.
I can't guarantee, I guess, but I can say that if I was a betting man, I would bet that most of the crowd was not Jewish. And so the angle of Frak isn't a good Jew for these reasons didn't really resonate with me.
The Battlerap crowd, I think, is especially you gotta like aim for them, you know.
Yeah.
If you I had that bar about Muhammad versus Rupert Common, and some girl came up to me after. She's like, "Who's Muhammad?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fair. That's fair." Don't look that up. Ooh, cancel all over again. But yeah, Frak versus Solcon was the other thing that we wanted to talk about, and then we did. What an amazing event! I'm excited for more of those to drop.
4 more drops.
Fuck me, that Mad Flex Mike P battle was crazy. I really want to see that. And your battle versus XQZ, fucking really.
It seems that they're dropping in order, like descending order. So
should be Arcane and Saga next.
Well, maybe not. It might be Mike P and Madflex next, and then Arcane Saga, and then Joey and Polrich, and then me and X. If I was a betting man, which I already said once, but it's my boy Howdy.
If I was a betting man. Anywho, Rohizi making some good points here on the stream. Rohizi
can be the co-host if I'm not here. He's making fantastic points at a faster rate than I can right now. So
haymakers, he's better than both of us. You can take over, bud, if you want it. Just give you the password.
Show's yours, man.
Facts. Facts though. Come take it from us. And then we can just jump on whenever we want, you know, like you have to do it every week, and we can if we want. So anyways, that's the world of Battlerap. Honestly, it's a fucking great week, and just a whole lot of shit happening. A lot of great stuff happened. Next weekend, like we said, New England Takeover 5, JC versus E. Farrell. It's gonna be crazy. Manchester, they're doing Undisclosed 8. It's Mackenzie versus Yunnan. It's gonna be fucking insane. So if you're anywhere in the UK, you're gonna want to go to that. Yeah, man, fuck. I think this is the show. That's all for this week. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and click the like and subscribe button everywhere. It just says that. I would never say that to tell you to do that, but it says that, so I read it, and then it's up to you if you want to like and subscribe.
What a passive way to say all that. Like and subscribe. Do it.
I can't do it like you. I'm not big alpha like you.
It's not even that hard, man.
Man, it's Andrew Tate in this shit. I'm just not there. I'm just.
Wait, did you compare me to Andrew Tate? Don't do that. I don't like that.
But we'll be back next week with a bunch of really insightful, incisive commentary. This was the best show that you've ever watched. Look at everybody agrees. Yeah.
Did you agree, buddy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Loves it. Huge fan. Our latest subscriber. So definitely follow us, do all that stuff, and we will see you next week with a brand new show. Pat's gonna take us out.
Definitely.
Just keep going.